If you own a BMW, you've probably heard a dozen rules about how to take care of it, from other owners, from forums, even from your own dealer. The problem is, a lot of that advice is either outdated, exaggerated, or flat out wrong. And some of these myths aren't just harmless old wives' tales. They're the exact kind of misinformation that leads to overpriced repairs, skipped maintenance, or premature engine wear. Today we're breaking down 11 of the most common BMW myths that even longtime owners still believe, and what you should actually be doing instead. Some of these myths are harmless misunderstandings. Others are the exact reason owners end up staring at a repair estimate that could have been avoided entirely with the right information 6 months earlier. Stick around, because myth number 7 is the one that quietly costs owners the most money. Myth number 1. You have to use premium fuel or you'll damage the engine. This one gets repeated constantly, and it's only half true. Yes, BMW recommends premium fuel, typically 91 octane or higher, for most modern engines, especially turbocharged ones like the N54, N55, and B58. But recommended doesn't mean your engine will self-destruct the moment you put in mid-grade. Modern BMW engines have knock sensors that automatically retard ignition timing to compensate for lower octane fuel, which is what protects the engine in the moment. What you actually lose is performance and efficiency, not engine integrity. One accidental tank of lower octane fuel isn't going to destroy a modern BMW engine. But every BMW is designed around its own specific fuel requirement, so don't assume your neighbor's 3 Series and your X5 need the same octane. The safe move is simple. Follow the fuel recommendation in your owner's manual for your specific engine, and don't make lower octane fuel your normal routine just because the car didn't complain on that one tank. Myth number 2. BMWs are just unreliable no matter what you do. This is the myth that scares people away from buying a BMW in the first place, and it's lazy thinking. The truth is that reliability on these cars is heavily influenced by maintenance, but the specific engine and model matter just as much. Generation, drivetrain, age, known design weaknesses, and how the car was driven before you owned it all play a role too. A BMW that's had its oil changed on time, its cooling system serviced before it fails, and its known weak points addressed proactively can comfortably cross 200,000 miles. A BMW that's been neglected, deferred oil changes, ignored coolant leaks, cheap parts everywhere, will fall apart far sooner. These aren't fragile cars. They're precise cars that punish neglect faster than a Toyota does. The reputation for unreliability mostly comes from 3 sources: owners who bought used without a full service history, shops that used cheap parts to save money, and people who simply didn't know what to watch for. Know the failure points for your specific engine and model, and you eliminate most of the risk. If you want the full roadmap for keeping any BMW healthy well past 200,000 miles, that's exactly what the complete BMW Longevity Bible walks you through, engine by engine and system by system. Myth number 3. Synthetic oil means you can stretch oil changes way past the interval. BMW's own service reminder system often suggests intervals up to 10,000 or even 15,000 miles, depending on driving conditions, and a lot of owners treat that as gospel. But that number assumes favorable driving conditions, mostly highway miles, no short trips, no extreme temperatures. If you're doing a lot of stop-and-go city driving, short commutes that never let the oil reach full operating temperature, or spirited driving that pushes the turbo hard, that factory interval starts to look optimistic for your situation. Oil that breaks down before it's changed stops protecting high-wear components as effectively, and turbocharged engines are especially sensitive to that. For many BMW owners, shortening the factory interval, especially with frequent short trips, city driving, or hard use, is a conservative approach worth considering. A lot of experienced BMW technicians use 5,000 to 7,500 miles as a starting point, rather than treating the dashboard number as the final word. But the right interval for you depends on your engine, oil spec, and how you actually drive. Either way, don't just trust the reset counter to tell you when service is due. It's an estimate based on driving style and sensor data, not a guarantee that the oil is still doing its job. Myth number 4. You have to go to the dealer or you'll void your warranty. This myth has been costing owners money for decades, and it's simply not true the way most people think. Under the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act in the US, a manufacturer generally can't deny a warranty claim just because you had maintenance done at an independent shop instead of the dealer. But that protection isn't unconditional. You still need to follow the required maintenance schedule, use appropriate parts, and keep documentation. And a manufacturer can deny a specific claim if it can show that improper maintenance or an incorrect repair actually caused the failure. A qualified independent BMW specialist, using OEM or OEM equivalent parts and following the correct service intervals, is often both cheaper and more attentive than a rushed dealer service department. Keep your receipts, keep your parts documentation, and you're in a much stronger position. The dealer-only myth persists because it benefits exactly one party, the dealer, who would much rather charge you 2 to 3 times the labor rate of an independent specialist than lose that recurring service revenue. Myth number 5. Run-flat tires don't need their pressure checked as often. Run-flats don't need less attention. In some ways, they need more. A lot of owners assume that because run-flats are built to handle a puncture and keep rolling, tire pressure is less critical than on a normal car. Run-flat tires actually have stiffer sidewalls that mask the visual signs of being underinflated. The tire won't bulge or look obviously low the way a conventional tire does. That means you can be driving on low pressure without any visual cue, which affects handling, braking distance, and accelerates uneven tread wear. Combine that with the fact that run-flats are notoriously harsh to ride on when pressure is even slightly off, and you've got a recipe for both a rough ride and a safety risk. Check pressure monthly with an actual gauge, and don't wait for the TPMS warning light before checking, since how early it triggers can vary by model and system. Myth number 6. A fresh battery fixes random electrical glitches. BMWs are famous for odd electrical gremlins, a warning light that pops up and disappears, a window that stops working for a day then comes back, iDrive freezing randomly. The instinct for a lot of owners is to blame the battery and swap it out, and sometimes that does help. But on most modern BMWs, the battery isn't just a battery. It's registered to the car's electrical system, and a replacement needs to go through that registration process so the battery management system knows a new battery is installed and can adjust charging behavior correctly. If the battery type or capacity is different from the original, additional coding may be required on top of that. Skip the registration step, and you can end up with a battery that's chronically undercharged, which then causes exactly the kind of random electrical glitches you were trying to fix in the first place. Any battery replacement on a BMW should be registered using proper diagnostic equipment, not just swapped and forgotten. If you had a battery replaced recently and you're still chasing odd electrical symptoms, that registration step is the first thing worth double-checking before you start chasing more expensive theories. Myth number 7. Higher mileage automatically means a bad BMW. Now we're getting into the myth that can make a good BMW look like a bad one and cause buyers to overpay for the wrong car. This is the myth that costs shoppers the most money, because it pushes people toward lower mileage cars that can end up in worse mechanical condition than a well-documented high-mileage example. A well-maintained BMW with 140,000 miles and a thick stack of service records, timing chain done, cooling system refreshed, can absolutely be a better purchase than a neglected one with 60,000 miles and no paperwork. Long periods of sitting can be hard on rubber seals, gaskets, and fluids that degrade with age regardless of mileage. But the bigger point isn't that low mileage is automatically bad, it's that mileage tells you how much the car was driven and nothing about how it was maintained. Sellers know that a low number on the odometer sells cars, which is exactly why so many neglected BMWs get marketed around that one number instead of the maintenance history that actually matters. So remember, 60,000 miles with no history isn't automatically the safer buy, and 140,000 miles with meticulous records isn't automatically the risky one. When you're shopping used, ask for the full service history before you even ask about the price. A thin folder of records on a low-mileage car should worry you more than a thick one on a high-mileage car ever should. Myth number 8. Warning lights can wait until your next scheduled service. BMW's warning system is generally conservative, meaning by the time something actually triggers a light, it's usually not a minor issue anymore. Owners get used to seeing the occasional false alarm and start treating every warning light the same way, as something that can wait a few weeks. The problem is that BMW electrical and mechanical systems are heavily interconnected, so what starts as a small sensor fault or a minor coolant leak can cascade into a much bigger problem if it's ignored for too long. Not every light carries the same urgency though, so it helps to sort them into 3 tiers. Red and urgent. Oil pressure, overheating or coolant temperature, and charging system warnings. These should be checked within days, not at your next oil change, because a coolant warning left unaddressed is one of the most common paths to a cracked cylinder head or a blown head gasket. Don't ignore. Check engine lights, drivetrain faults, and brake warnings. These deserve a scan soon even if the car still drives normally. Lower urgency. Certain comfort and electronic faults that can typically wait for your next scheduled visit without real risk. The few minutes it takes to have a code scanned and read is nothing compared to the cost of finding out you waited too long on the wrong kind of light. Myth number 9. Cheaper aftermarket parts work just as well everywhere. Aftermarket parts have their place, and for plenty of components, brake pads, air filters, cabin filters, a quality aftermarket part performs just as well as OEM at a lower price. Aftermarket isn't inherently inferior either. Plenty of reputable suppliers manufacture parts to the same specs as what came on the car. The real risk is owners applying any aftermarket is fine logic across the board, including to parts where the tolerances actually matter. Cooling system components, oil filter housing gaskets, water pumps, and electrical sensors. On these specific parts, cheap aftermarket versions can vary dramatically in quality, especially on heat-sensitive components, and the bargain bin options are the ones most likely to fail early because the plastics and seals used don't hold up to the heat cycling BMW engines put them through. The money saved up front on a bargain water pump often gets erased the first time it fails and takes a tow truck, a diagnostic fee, and a second repair bill with it. The distinction that actually matters isn't OEM versus aftermarket. It's cheap versus quality. Know which parts are safe to shop around on and which parts are worth paying for a reputable brand, OEM or not. Anything that touches coolant, oil sealing, or sits deep in the engine bay under constant heat cycling is not the place to gamble on the cheapest option on the shelf. Myth number 10. If the car still drives fine, the cooling system is fine. This is one of the more dangerous myths because it feels intuitive. If the car isn't overheating and the temperature gauge looks normal, owners assume the cooling system is healthy. But many BMW cooling systems rely on plastic components, expansion tanks, thermostat housings, radiator end tanks, that are known to degrade and become brittle from heat cycling over time, and the exact components and typical lifespan vary quite a bit by generation and model. These parts can look completely fine right up until the moment they crack, often without warning, sometimes on the highway. A car can drive perfectly normally for years while sitting on a cooling system that's quietly approaching failure. The smart approach is to know which cooling system components are known weak points on your specific BMW, and inspect or replace them proactively when appropriate, rather than waiting for a catastrophic failure to tell you it's time. It's a fraction of the cost of a tow, a rental car, and an emergency repair when it fails on its own schedule instead of yours. Myth number 11. Extended warranties always cover the expensive stuff. A lot of owners buy extended or aftermarket warranties, assuming they're broadly protected against the big-ticket BMW repairs they've heard horror stories about. Turbo failures, transmission issues, electrical systems. In reality, most aftermarket warranty contracts are written with specific exclusions, mileage caps, and maintenance requirements buried in the fine print. Some contracts impose maintenance and documentation requirements, and a warranty company may dispute or delay a claim if you can't demonstrate those requirements were actually met. Some contracts also require pre-authorization before any diagnostic work begins, which owners often don't realize until they're already mid-repair and the shop tells them the warranty company won't pay for work that's already been done. Before buying any extended coverage, read the exclusions list in full, keep every maintenance receipt without exception, and confirm in writing what's required to keep a claim valid. A warranty is only as good as your ability to prove you held up your end of the maintenance agreement. So treat your service records like they're part of the contract, because in practice, they often function as one. Those are 11 of the myths that trip up even experienced BMW owners, and honestly, most of them boil down to the same root cause: not knowing what your specific engine and specific model are actually prone to. That's the entire reason the complete BMW Longevity Bible exists. It cuts through the forum myths and dealer sales pitches and gives you the real maintenance schedule, the real weak points, and the real red flags to watch for, so you're making decisions based on facts instead of what everybody else assumes is true. If today's video saved you from one of these myths, that's exactly the kind of thing we cover every week here. So hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. And if you know another BMW owner who's still repeating one of these myths, do them a favor and send this video their way. It might save them a repair bill down the road.